Love after 60. If he does this, he wants to sleep with you. Intimacy psychology. An older man never reveals desire with noise, not with grand gestures, not with dramatic confessions. His interest shows in the quiet places, the places most women never think to look, because when a man wants to sleep with you, not casually but intentionally, his body betrays him long before his words do. You'll notice it in the way his eyes hold yours a little too long, in the shift of his voice when he speaks only to you, in the subtle change of his posture the moment you enter the room. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Vernon again. In today's video, I'll reveal 5 hidden signs that show when a man is secretly attracted to you. If you learn these signals, you'll have a clarity and confidence in reading men that most women never develop, even after a lifetime. The issue before we begin: if you want more real conversations about men, desire, and relationships after 60, tap like and subscribe to my channel. That's how you make sure these insights reach you whenever you need them. Now, with that foundation set, let's step into the first sign. The one a man can't control no matter how disciplined he thinks he is. 1. The eyes reveal everything. No matter how controlled a man thinks he is, his eyes will always betray what he's feeling inside. When a man is attracted to you, his eyes create a gravitational pull. They linger on you longer than necessary. The issue: when you speak, his gaze doesn't wander to his phone, to the room, to other people. It stays locked on you with an intensity that feels almost uncomfortable, because he's drinking you in. He's studying you. He's absorbing, not just your words but your expressions, your energy, your presence. A man's eyes change when he looks at a woman he desires. They become warmer, gentler, more open. There's a vulnerability in that gaze that he doesn't show to everyone else. It's the look that says, without words, I see you, and I want you to see me seeing you. There's also the moment of exposure, when you catch him looking and he quickly looks away. That flash of embarrassment, that brief flicker of being caught, tells you everything. Because if his interests were casual, he wouldn't care if you noticed. But when a man is genuinely attracted, being seen watching you feels intimate. The issue: let me tell you a personal story. When I first met my wife decades ago, I tried so hard to appear casual, unaffected, in control. But she told me years later that she knew I was interested the moment we met. Because, in her words, your eyes followed me everywhere. Even when you were talking to someone else, I could feel you watching, and when I looked back at you, you'd look away like you'd been caught doing something you shouldn't. That's the power of the eyes. They reveal the desire we try so desperately to hide. Sharp attentiveness is another key indicator. When you speak, does he lean in slightly? Does his focus narrow until it feels like the rest of the world has faded? That's not politeness, that's attraction. He's not just hearing your words, he's absorbing you. In the words of the poet Rumi, the eyes are the scouts of the heart. A man's eyes will always betray what his heart is feeling, long before his mouth finds the courage to speak it. When you see that lingering gaze, that softness, that intensity, you're seeing his truth. Have you ever caught a man watching you when he thought you weren't looking? What did you feel in that moment? Share your experience in the comments. Because recognizing these moments is the first step to understanding his real feelings. Desire always leaves a quiet trail, and once you notice the first clue, another layer of truth begins to reveal itself in ways most people overlook. Sign #2. Piss communication sifts. Have you ever noticed how a man's voice changes when he's talking to a woman he's attracted to? It becomes softer, warmer, lower. There's a musicality to it that isn't there when he's speaking to anyone else. This isn't conscious. He's not trying to sound seductive. It's an involuntary shift that happens when his nervous system recognizes someone he desires. The tone drops, the pace slows, the words become more carefully chosen. When a man is attracted to you, he listens differently. Not the polite nodding kind of listening where he's waiting for his turn to speak. Deep, attentive listening where he remembers emotional details you barely remember sharing. You mention in passing that you love jasmine tea, and 3 weeks later he shows up with a box of it. You tell him about a difficult conversation with your daughter, and the next time you see him he asks how it went. Issue: this isn't memory. This is attention fueled by desire. He asks deeper questions, not surface questions about the weather or your plans for the weekend. Questions that reveal he's curious about who you are beneath the surface. What made you choose that career? What do you miss most about being younger? What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet? These questions aren't small talk. They're excavation. He's mining for your essence, because he can't get enough of it. In the words of the philosopher Martin Buber, when two people relate to each other authentically and humanly, God is the electricity that surges between them. The man who is attracted to you doesn't just talk at you. He connects with you. His communication becomes a bridge between his inner world and yours, and you can feel the electricity of that connection in every word he chooses. Watch how carefully he selects his words when speaking to you. There's a deliberateness, a slight pause before he responds, as if he's weighing what to say to make sure it lands right. That's not nervousness, that's care. He wants to impress you, to resonate with you, to be understood by you. And that desire shows in the precision of his language. Attraction has a way of slipping through the smallest cracks. When a man feels something real, it finds another path to the surface, often in places he never meant to expose. 3. His body language exposes him. When a man is attracted to you, his body orients toward you like a compass needle toward north. His feet point in your direction. His torso turns toward you even when he's talking to someone else. His shoulders square up when you enter the room. This isn't conscious positioning, it's magnetic pull. His body is drawn to you whether he's aware of it or not. Watch for grooming gestures. Does he suddenly straighten his shirt when you approach? Run his hand through his hair? Adjust his collar? These are preening behaviors, remnants of evolution. The issue: he's not thinking, I need to look better for her. His body is doing it automatically, because attraction triggers the instinct to present well. There's also a paradox in male body language when desire is present. Sometimes he becomes suddenly still, where he might be relaxed and casual with everyone else. Around you he sits up straighter, holds himself with more intention, becomes almost hyper-aware of his movements. That's because he's subconsciously trying to control the signals his body is sending, which ironically makes those 62. He met a woman at a community event and swore he was just being friendly, but his daughter, who was with him, noticed something he didn't. Every time this woman spoke, David would unconsciously lean forward, mirror her gestures, and his entire body would angle toward her as if no one else in the room existed. Issue: when his daughter mentioned it later, he was stunned. He had no idea his body was broadcasting what his mind was trying to keep private. Subtle nervousness is another giveaway. The issue: a man who's confident in every other situation might fumble slightly around you. A brief stumble in his words. A hand that lingers awkwardly before deciding where to rest. A slight fidgeting that isn't present elsewhere. This isn't weakness. It's vulnerability. It's the involuntary response of someone who cares about making the right impression because the stakes feel higher with you. His body doesn't lie. It can't. The issue: when a man is attracted to you, his biology overrides his intention to appear casual. And that truth shows in every unconscious gesture, every shift in posture, every moment his body reveals what his words won't yet say. So many women misread these signals for years. Sharing this video could save someone a lot of confusion, and a lot of heartache. Every time a man tries to hide what he feels, something subtle gives him away. Not through effort, but through the small, unguarded moments that escape his control. 4. Deep curiosity about you. There's a difference between polite interest and genuine curiosity. Polite interest asks, "How was your day?" Genuine curiosity asks, "What made you smile today? What frustrated you? What are you thinking about that you haven't told anyone yet?" When a man is attracted to you, he becomes fascinated by you in a way that goes beyond physical. The issue, he notices your emotional shifts, when your voice gets quieter because something touched you, when your laughter is real versus polite, when you're holding something back. He's reading you like a language he's desperate to become fluent in. He asks personal, meaningful questions, not intrusive, but deep. The issue, he wants to know your past, your fears, your dreams, the moments that shaped you. He's not collecting information, then he's trying to understand your essence, because attraction at this level isn't just about wanting someone physically. It's about wanting to know the interior landscape of who they are. When a man shares vulnerable stories, when he reveals failures, regrets, moments of doubt, but that's not casual conversation. That's emotional intimacy. He's showing you his interior world because he wants you to see him, truly see him, and he's hoping you'll do the same. The philosopher Simone Weil once wrote, when a man gives you his full attention, when he's genuinely curious about the details of your life, when he remembers things you've forgotten you told him, when that's not friendship, that's attraction that has grown roots. This is attraction that goes beyond physical. 1. He is drawn to your essence. He's interested not just in how you look, but in how you think, how you feel, what makes you laugh, what breaks your heart. He's building a map of you in his mind because you become territory. He wants to explore endlessly. And when these moments start to align, the story becomes clearer. If this has illuminated something for you, sharing it might help another woman finally understand what she's been sensing but couldn't name. #5. Emotional investment and future placement. A man who is truly attracted to you begins to invest in you emotionally and places you in his future, often without even realizing he's doing it. He protects your emotional well-being. He notices when something bothers you and adjusts his behavior. He avoids saying things that might hurt you even in conflict. He doesn't use your vulnerabilities against you when he's upset. This level of care doesn't come from politeness. It comes from someone who genuinely values your emotional state because your happiness matters to him. Watch how he handles disagreements. Does he get defensive and shut down, or does he stay engaged trying to understand your perspective? A man who's emotionally invested doesn't just want to win arguments, wants to maintain connection. He'd rather find common ground than be right. That's not weakness, that's maturity. Fueled by desire to keep you close. Listen for future language. Does he say things like, next time we could try that restaurant? Or when the weather gets warmer we should go hiking? These aren't invitations, they're assumptions. He's unconsciously placing you in his future because in his mind you're already part of it. He's not planning around you. He's planning with you. Consistency is another powerful indicator. Attraction fades quickly if it's superficial, but a man who maintains steady contact, who shows up reliably, who doesn't disappear and reappear based on convenience, that's someone whose attraction has deepened into genuine interest. He respects your boundaries, your time, your autonomy. The issue, he simply shows up consistently because being near you has become important to him. The psychologist Erich Fromm wrote, "Love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence." The issue when a man begins to emotionally invest in you, when he treats your presence in his life as something precious rather than casual, when he builds his plans around the possibility of you being there, that's when attraction transforms into something real, something sustainable, something that could become love. The issue, save this video now so you can return to it whenever you need clarity about a man's intentions. These signs don't lie. His behavior will always reveal what his words might not yet say. So if you've stayed with me this far, you now understand the 5 hidden signs that reveal when a man is secretly attracted to you. Most women miss them because they're looking for grand gestures or explicit declarations, but mature attraction doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It whispers through consistency, through attention, through the small behaviors that reveal what's happening beneath the surface. A man's attraction may hide in silence, but a woman who pays attention will always see the truth. You don't need him to spell it out. The issue, you just need to watch how he shows up, how he listens, how his body responds to your presence, how he makes space for you in his life. That will tell you everything. The issue, has a man ever revealed his feelings without meaning to? Have you noticed these hidden signs in someone's behavior toward you? Share your experience in the comments. It might help another woman understand the quiet signals she's been missing all along. If this video gave you clarity like it, subscribe to my channel and explore more content designed to help women over 60 navigate love, attraction, and relationships with wisdom and confidence. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching till now, and see you in the next video.